coming right up. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. We've got Gordon. Porter is out there with Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. It's Najee in at the 4 slot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Kicks it out to Lillard.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Jokic. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Nurkic finds McCollum. Lillard on top. Clock at 6. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
And it's Gordon missing.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
McCollum with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Back to McCollum. Knocked loose and stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Covington with the steal. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Powell the pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Covington. Back to Nurkic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now, here's Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Lillard. 6 to shoot. McCollum passes to Lillard. Covington kicks to Lillard. Here's Nurkic. It's Lillard, top of the key. Tries again, and again it's Portland converting.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Morris looking over the floor. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Porter. Gordon, great positioning on the putback.
And offensive rebounding, really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
And the pass to Lillard. Here's Simons. Pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Pulls it up. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Cantor's shot is off. And And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Green with the basket on the assist by Porter.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Lillard the pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. Anthony in the corner. He feeds it to Cantor. Makes it off the glass.
Strong finish by Cantor. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
Now here's Porter. Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Harrison. JaVale McGee is out there at Bowl. And it's Rivers. And it's Millsap in at the 3, the small forward. The shot's good from McGee.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Bull with it. Now Anthony defending. Here's McGee. He can't get that one. And it's Portland the other way. And now Portland on the break. Anthony nowhere around. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. This looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's Simons. Bull making his last shot. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Lets it go with the 3. Denver grabs the miss.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's McCollum. Shot is good off the back rim and in. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Passes to Millsap. Kicks it to Bull. A leaner. Carmelo Anthony grabs the ball.
Even with no one on you, it's hard to shoot off balance like that. Sometimes you just got to go straight up with it.
Pass to Canner. And here's McCollum for 3. And Bull pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Millsap. Off target with the jump hook.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Denver making a switch here. There's 1:38 left in the first half. Lillard with it. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Lillard finds Nurkic. Lillard up top. Back to Nurkic. Another shot. No good. The Nuggets leading by 3. On the wing, Morris. Jokic passes to Najee. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
The pass to Powell. To the paint, Nurkic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Now Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard against Porter. To the middle. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Morris with the bucket. Here's Lillard. Good if it goes. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. And one of the strengths of this Denver, and that's going to do it for us here.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Now here's Gordon after the miss from Damian Lillard. Lillard against Morris. Stolen by McCollum. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
And it's good to see McCollum working on becoming a better defender, using his quick hands to wipe the ball away.
Morris against Lillard. Morris inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Robert Covington picks one up. Breaking New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. The Nuggets leading by 8. This is a Najee. It's Porter outside. Denver with a new 14. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic passes to Najee. 3 on the clock. Goes back up. And Jokic lays it up and in. Jokic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Now here's McCollum. It's stolen by Morris. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Pulls up for three. It doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum passes to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist in this one. And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. Outside Porter. Back to Morris. Pass to Najee. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. McCollum with the ball. Denver leading by 8. To the inside. Here's Najee. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Morris right side. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Simons surveying the D. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 1:03 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. The pass to Harrison. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first free throw of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard outside. There's the feed to Nurkic. Back to Lillard over Rivers. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harrison passes to Bull. Up top, Rivers. Covered by Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Rivers, and it's sent back by Lillard. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Here's Rivers. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Rivers has got his first 2 points.
These buckets help Rivers get going. The defense can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Paul Millsap. Monte Morris is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's JaMychal Green, and it's Gordon in at the 3. Denver gets it back. Millsap inside, guarded by Powell. Green breaking loose. Millsap misses. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's McCollum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
For McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Denver shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And here is Morris. On the wing, Gordon. Clock at 6. Morris against Lillard. Millsap hits the front of the rim and out.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the win.
Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from McCollum. Now, here is Morris. Here's Porter. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Lillard misses.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Millsap kicks to Morris. On the wing, Porter. No good from outside.
His scoring has not been there at all tonight. I mean, it tells you a lot about their team that they have the lead anyway.
Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut to just 5 points in the basket from Damian Lillard.
Lillard so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Morris against Lillard. Morris kicks to Green. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. High post shot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Lillard. For the 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Here's Morris. And the shot goes in.
Defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
1:53 left to play here in the 4th. And a wide open look for McCollum. Misses the 3. The Nuggets leading by 6. Morris passes to Green. Morris kicks to Gordon. Dishes it to Millsap. And Green with the basket on the assist by Paul Millsap. Millsap's got 3 assists tonight. Lillard against Morris. McCollum outside. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Green dishes to Morris. Porter looking it over. Count that bucket. And it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Denver.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard with it, now guarded by Porter. Lillard against Morris. Nurkic, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Aggressive at holding in rebounds. I mean, Nurkic has a real nose for the ball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Rivers against Lillard. Bull with it. Here's Chunchar. Can't get it to fall. So the Nuggets win it. A truly gutsy. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And coming to you today from Portland, and the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And here's Lillard, who brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Powell, the pass to Covington. Nice pass, led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here's Zubac. Morris outside and stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Now, here's George, following the missed shot by Nurkic. And here's George. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Covington with the steal. Here's Powell. Yes, that goes in.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here's George. He kicks it to Beverley. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Lillard finds Covington. Back to Lillard from the arc. It's hauled in by George.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And he makes that one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. When you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And Jones sends it back. They recover it. Leonard dishes to Cousins. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Now, here's Lillard. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. McCollum against Kennard.
That's how you run pick and roll. Kennard's a smart player who's gotten better at creating for others.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. The 15-footer drained for 2 points. McCollum's got his second bucket.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here's Leonard. Can't cash in from the high post. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers up 4. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but deep.
And I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now, here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Cousins. Over Kanter. And Kanter pulls it down. Portland leading by 4. Here's Jones. Batum grabs the miss. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Kennard against McCollum. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. And good that time. Cousins has got 6.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
It's McCollum on the wing. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Back to Cousins. Looking for Kennard. He gets it in there. Here's Mann, covered by Anthony. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Trailblazers have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. McCollum against Kennard. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Mann can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 4. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. He lobs it up, and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
The team play of Leonard, a catalyst for this offense, does everything you need to affect winning.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Down low, Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Awesome display, fierce with the level of strength. DeMarcus with the impressive move.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Oh, Leonard in position. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And that one falls for Batum. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
Here's Jackson following the score by Damian Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zubac.
Wow, he got...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Lillard misses.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 5. The pass to Lillard. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson's got the ball.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Lillard against Jackson. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. And a close game so far through
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And
we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Cousins getting it done.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at center. And the dunk by Covington.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Here's George. The
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 10.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now, here's George. Jackson passes to Beverley. No good with the triple. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 3. That evens the score. He has 5.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
The Clippers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Jackson dishes to George. Back to Jackson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. 2 points. That one goes. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Back to Cousins. Looking to end the run.
And he's He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And it looks like they left the defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Kennard finds Cousins. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And here's Portland. They're on a 13-4 run right now. A 3 from McCollum. They get it back. He dishes it to Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 5 on the clock. Good on the shot.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Here's Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Kennard against McCollum. Anthony kicks to McCollum. Nailed from three-point land. McCollum's got 9 points here in the second half. Clippers trail by 7. Leonard with the ball. 54 seconds left in the third.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
Now McCollum puts up a 3. Launches it. And the Trailblazers another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from DeMarcus Cousins.
As much as today's game is being played on the perimeter, it's good to see Cousins attacking inside.
Bucket is good.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Pass to Leonard. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. Trailblazers leading by 8. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Covington passes to McCollum. And here's Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. Inside. Nurkic can't hit. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McCollum outside. A 3 three-pointer, no good.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And it's Beverly missing. The Trailblazers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Jackson over McCollum, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And this is something Reggie has added to his game. Patient with the up fake. Defender bites.
Second free throw, no good. Trailblazers leading by 5. Lillard with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Pass to Morris. Here's George. Shot clock at 6. Morris inside. Defended by Covington. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Clippers making a switch here. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Lillard looking around. Now the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Stolen by George. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Here's Oturu. Outside for Jackson. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The 10-footer. And the shot is good.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Outside Jackson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
So they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
George against Powell. And here's Leonard from 3. That one misses. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And it's McCollum in the corner. Offline with his 3. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. And here are the Trailblazers. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Takes a 3. Passes it to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Pass to McCollum. And here is Powell. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good. Shot missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Portland.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Leonard with the bucket.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lillard from outside. Morris with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Got a piece of it. Kicks it to Leonard. called on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Lillard outside. It's good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact.
with
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome. But it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Marjanovic, Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Here's Dallas. Now, here's Doncic. Up top, Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Deflects the pass. Doncic outside. And the shot goes down. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Gives a team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance, and the basket by Lillard.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Here's Lillard. After Luka Doncic's bucket, a 3-ball. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Doncic outside. Here's Marjanovic. And he banks in the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Anthony finds McCollum. Here's the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis inside. Anthony on him. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
It's Powell on the wing. McCollum right side over Richardson. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Richardson against McCollum. Over Richardson. Gets a hand on it. The rebound by Marjanovic. Here are the Mavericks now. Good momentum. 8 straight points. And here's Doncic from the arc. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
1:02 left here in the first quarter. Count it. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Lillard against Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Lets the three fly. They get the rebound. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
There's so much to like about Kanter's rebounding. He combines brute strength with a high level of skill.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. Brunson finds Burke. Passes to Cauley-Stein. Dallas moving it around. And there's the pass to Brunson. Oh, it's good on the putback.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. It'll count. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's been all about... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
They've got Giles, also Enes Kanter out there, C.J. McCollum out there with Jones, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's Simons, kicks it out to McCollum. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. Hardaway with a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Redick up and in on the layup.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
McCollum kicks to Giles. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Kanter. Unloads from 9. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Cauley-Stein. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Now, here's look at that.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Lillard against Doncic. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Damian Lillard.
That's the strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
Here's Richardson. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Lillard. The putback. Tries yet again. He lays it in. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
That's an attack mindset from Lillard. We know he loves the three, but fully confident getting inside and has the ability to score there.
Now, here's Doncic. 12 points for him.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Trailblazers. The shot by Lillard wide open. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
He muscled, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in, and the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. Hardaway's checked in for Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson.
Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, and ramp it up.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hardaway dishes to Cauley-Stein. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley-Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And some good action through the first 2 quarters.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams. That's all for now.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Pass to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 26.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard fires away from way outside. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. Mavericks trail by 6. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Left side, Jones. Richardson against McCollum. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Finney-Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And Lillard gets it to go.
He's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. No good on that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And the dunk by Doncic.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
Now Doncic, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Count that one.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
That one good for 2.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Richardson over McCollum. And Jones pulls it down. 1:31 left here in the 3rd quarter. Marjanovic with it, and here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. McCollum passes to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists in the game. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Marjanovic. And the pass to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. Outside Hardaway. Over Jones. Hardaway, no good. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
And here's Redick. Pass to Porzingis. Makes it off the glass. Porzingis has got his 2nd basket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Collin passes to Simons. Cantor inside. Richardson cover. The shot's good from Cantor.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Hardaway. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Trailblazers lead by 3. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so here is Dallas. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the 1. Brunson kicks to Burke. Portland grabs the miss. Kanter's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Powell for 3. The offensive rebound. No good with the layup.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Burke.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Powell, no one around him. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Finney Smith passes to Burke, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
A different look now for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Kanter. McCollum comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic comes in for Dwight Powell. And Doncic is subbed in for Hardaway.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He's been an absolute marksman the entire second half. Hard to imagine what anyone can do right now to slow him down.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Zinkas, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Richardson attacking. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Mavericks lead by 3. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 32 points.
3 triples in the first half. 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Here's Doncic. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Lillard against Doncic. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. On the wing, Doncic. Powell with the steal. Giles kicks to McCollum. 3-pointer, Lillard buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Now, here's Doncic. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Giles. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Here's McCollum. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Doncic. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Lillard dishes to Powell. Lillard the pass to McCollum. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. 6 to shoot.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that ball.
A pass to Porzingis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Porzingis making it count. Wants to come through big time and does here.
Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Redick comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. Redick surveying the D and stolen by Lillard. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Redick for 3. Dallas again missing. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Cullen passes to Lillard. And stolen by Redick. The shot and game clock separated by 4. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas no good that time either. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Good!
Oh, man, the DNA test comes back, and there is a clutch gene. McCollum with the confidence to deliver.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Giles is out there with Little. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the two-guard spot. And for the Nuggets, they've got Michael Porter. He's out there with Monte Morris. Jokic is out there with Gordon. It's Najee in at the four slot. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And it's the Trail Blazers with the ball. Now here's Lillard. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Here's Giles. Lillard, the pass to Powell. To the middle. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And it's Gordon with the finish.
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Porter against Powell. Passes it to Lillard. And here's Little. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Giles kicks to Little. Pass to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Morris. And a miss there on the triple. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. So it's Portland now. Still without a basket in the game. Good on the 7-footer.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Morris looking over the floor. Tries from 10. Here's Porter, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
You know, as a youth player, Porter's talent was undeniable. Unquestionable, really, but he suffered through some injuries. He didn't get a lot of time on the court in college, and he entered the 2018 draft with a lot to prove.
Paul Millsap is checked in for the Nuggets. Shaquille Harris comes in for Monte Morris. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. McCollum's checked in for Little. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take them to another level for sure.
Here's Harrison. Portland making their last shot. Outside Millsap. Drills the three-pointer.
And, you know, Millsap is a decent threat from outside the arc. A credit to his hard work. You got to at least get a hand in his face from out there now.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's the dish to Anthony. Over Millsap. Anthony's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Gordon. There's the pass to Harrison. Jokic with it. Back to Harrison. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Over McCollum. That one wide left. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. Banked in off the glass. Harrison's got his second bucket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Anthony. And there it is for him.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Harrison. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Denver. Cole is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers in at the shooting guard position. Good work there as it goes. Morris has got his first points of the game. Portland trailing here. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. Jones, the pass to Simons. To the inside. Cantor. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Bull, that's good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Passes it to Simons. Kicks it to Cantor. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. McCollum finds Anthony. To the paint. Here's Cantor. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Now here's Rivers. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The shot's good from McGee.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Pass to Simons. McCollum against Rivers. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. And Portland again with the bucket. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And Millsap, here we go. Rivers passes to McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Lillard dishes to Powell. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's 1:38 left here in the second. Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Harrison following the score by Damian Lillard. And that one's good by Porter.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Trailblazers trail by 4. The pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. Pass to Giles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Here's Najee. Here's Jokic. Lays it up off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake. But they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Here's Harrison. Floats it up for Jokic.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola? Jamal Murray said. And that should.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Little out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Lillard misses. The Nuggets leading by 6.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Pass to Jokic. Down low. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Cullen passes to Giles. Kicks it out to McCollum. Dishes to Lillard. Just 3 to shoot. He feeds it to Nurkic, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Kicks it out to Gordon. Green left side. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Here's McCollum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Porter. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Porter with the steal. Fast break. Here they come. All going up court. And Morris throws it down.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Simons the pass to Little. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. And it's sent back by Millsap. And he gets it back. And that one is good. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Now Morris. Pass to Green. The three. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. Little kicks to McCollum. Anthony dishes to Cantor, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Gordon. Bol comes in for Green. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Harrison in for Monte Morris. And a switch here also for Portland. Powell's checked in. Harrison passes to McGee. Back to Rivers. Denver passing it around. 6 feet out. In deep, McGee drops it in. McGee's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. A different look now for Portland. Use of Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Jones comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Denver leading by 8. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Jones against Millsap. Back to Rivers. It's stolen by Jones. Lillard left side. And then Lillard slams it in. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Just 3 on the clock. Here's McGee. Offline. And so it's Denver in the driver's seat. Up 8 points. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. They've got Harrison. He's out there with Porter. Gordon out there with Jokic. It's Najee in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Lillard with it. Shoots the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, if they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Back to Lillard. Jokic trying to get open, and it's Lillard missing.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
They get it again. Jokic, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time, never giving up on a possession.
And there's the pass to Powell. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And a wide open look for Porter. Outside Gordon. Pass to Harrison. Launches a 3. That shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Lillard. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Harrison scanning the floor. Passes it to Jokic. And the shot goes in.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. And he gets the bucket.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Nuggets. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside Porter. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slings it in.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Lillard outside. It's Powell on the wing. Lets it go. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Jokic, and he drops it in from the low post. Jokic has got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets. Lillard surveying the D. It's Powell on the wing. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Gordon, the pass to Harrison. Back to Gordon. Pass to Najee. And again, it's Denver.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nuggets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. John Jars checked in. And it's Austin Rivers in for Porter. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Giles. And McCollum subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Jokic passes to Najee. Shot clock at 2. Morris got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation. And here are the Blazers. They trail by 14. Lillard finds McCollum. Shoots from the high post. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
And here's Morris for three. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Gets it down to single digits.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
So we see Denver get the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly show. Well, before we get going, let's hear from Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Star players move.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in the point. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Rondo kicks to Morris. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 6 points.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Morris passes to Rondo. Beverly with the ball. Now Covington defending. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. 4 on the shot clock. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here is Rondo. And the pass to Beverly. Outside for Rondo. The tray. Lillard with the rebound. Portland's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Nurkic against Zubac. That one drops for him.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard. That's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Simons surveying the D. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Passes to Beverly. Rondo against Lillard. Rondo passes to Zubac. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Cannon. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by Zubac.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. They need this one, and the layup is up and in. Lillard's got 8 points.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. Leonard on the wing. Back to Kennard. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Kennard's got his second bucket of the game to go. Now, here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Again, the miss by Lillard. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Jackson with the bounce pass. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Rajon Rondo is out there. It passes Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Outside Rondo. Kicks to Beverly. Morris outside. Pass to Zubac. Clock at 4. Back to Morris from 15 feet away. A second chance effort. Over McCollum. Deep 2 from Beverly. Here's Zubac. And finally they hit one. Zubac has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Yep, that one goes. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Rondo passes to Beverly. Back to Rondo. Takes the 13-footer. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And George, here we go. And that 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Lillard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around him. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
That's a solid blueprint.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Oturu. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Foul. That's good. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
I'll tell you, I'd love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
George passes to Oturu. George. Oh, that was something else. Have mercy.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Lillard attacking. The Clippers grab the miss.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And it's good for 2.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
George against McCollum. To the paint. Nurkic can't hit. Clippers leading by 6. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Derek Jones in for Lillard. A 3 from McCollum, and he's good on the 3 ball. McCollum's got 7.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
23 seconds left in the first half. Jackson passes to Cousins. Basket good. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. And the layup is good. McCollum's got 9 points in the quarter.
I mean, call him a combo guard, 2, whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost. And when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
And that's it for the first half. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jones. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... Thanks for joining us, folks.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the point. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
And here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 7-point differential. Great D that time from Rondo.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's McCollum. Oturu with the rebound. Oturu's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Clippers leading by 11. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Oturu, the pass to George. Over Jones. Lets it go from 14.
You can never discount the range and the wingspan that Melo brings. He can bother a lot of shots.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Trailblazers trail by 13. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Cantor, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Jackson in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by George. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Powell, he's jacked in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Collum comes in for Jones. Los Angeles leading by 11. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Rondo passes to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Trailblazers trail by 11. Lillard attacking. Here's Kanter. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. 6 points for Enes Kanter.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
There's the pass to Leonard. It's good. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Powell dishes to McCollum. Passes it to Kanter. To the wing on the left. And the basket by Lillard.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
Pass to Beverly. Back to Rondo. Count that bucket. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Lillard attacking. And then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
46 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Rondo. 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Rajon Rondo. Nurkic checked in for Portland, and Fernie Simons comes in for McCollum. Here's Lillard. Sweet little floater. Lillard's got 20 points.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Here's Beverly. Good D by Covington. Here's Lillard in the corner, foul with it. Here's Nurkic. No good on the last second attempt there. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Clippers ahead. They're up by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Dishes it to George. And George with the stuff. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They grabbed their own miss. Jackson kicks to George. George double teamed, stolen by McCollum. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Little can't hit.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
It's stolen by Anthony. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. Now a timeout called by Portland. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Fernie Simons. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was not pleased. He said, you guys look dead out there. Told them they've got to play with more activity. And then he said, this is not going to cut it. I have to see who's going to step it up. Guys.
Lillard against Rondo. Here's Nurkic. And he banks in the layup.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Now George. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half. Los Angeles leading by 6. Rondo with the ball. Pass to Zubac. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. And that'll be his third foul so far. And George, here we go. Leonard inside, guarded by Powell. Just 5 on the clock. Cousins. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Here's Lillard. Rajon Rondo with the rebound. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. A nice shot by George.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Lillard from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Rondo passes to George. Back to Rondo. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Knocked away. That one a little long. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Lillard. Powell for 3. Kept alive. He shoots again. And the rejection by Zubac.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
A different look for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Cousins. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Paul George. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's Simons in for McCollum.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Clippers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Rondo. Morris finds Beverly. Back to Morris. There's the triple. That shot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Leading by 5. On the wing, Morris. Outside for Jackson. Outside Leonard. Can't connect. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap. It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they do right now and did earlier on. The strong, short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard outside. From deep. The rebound by Marjanovic. Richardson attacking. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Right there, you see Richardson's size and length at the rim, possesses great physical tools.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 4-point game. Nurkic trying to get open, and Lillard gets it to go. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It'll be a fun matchup. Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Now Lillard softly drops in the floater. Lillard's got his second basket of the game.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Richardson finds Porzingis. And Doncic, here we go, to the inside. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
They've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. For 3. Offensive rebound.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Richardson outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shoots. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Nurkic in the post. Guarded by Marjanovic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Oh, man, an underrated big man. Nurkic, I mean, his brute strength is intimidating to deal with on both ends.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Hardaway. And another shot. And there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's McCollum. Pass to Simons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley Stein.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dennis Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Redick for 3. The shot will not fall. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Kanter. And it's all evened up.
Oh, I love to see the bigs who run the floor on fast breaks. Kanter typically plays with a high activity level.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Reddick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Now, here's Cantor. Dishes to McCollum. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Burks is checked in. Brunson finds Burke. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Brunson. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. That one goes in.
You got to respect the intelligence of McCullough, a pro at utilizing the pick and roll. You can't let him get into a comfort zone.
Passes it to Burke. Back to Brunson. The feed to Cauley Stein. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Second chance shot. Now here's Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again, and it's good on the way in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the last shot before the buzzer is off. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Cauley Stein, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Burke, and it's Brunson in at the point guard. Here's Burke. Portland making their last shot. Powell, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Trailing by 5. The pass to Cannon. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to Powell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. Now here's Marjanovic. Goes up again, and at last they get one to fall. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs. Lillard outside. And it's off from three-point range.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Lillard outside. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 7. Here's Finney-Smith. Shoots over Lillard, and it's Dallas with another.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense has created some great opportunities.
Nurkic finds Lillard. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
And here is Doncic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
McCollum with the ball from outside the arc. Good on the triple. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him the shot if you're the D.
Powell against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Three-pointer, Lillard. Porzingis with the rebound.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Tries again, and it's sent back by Lillard. Covington in the corner. Back to Lillard. He dishes it to McCollum. The three. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Damian Lillard.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot this and catch it.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Doncic. Here's Anthony. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
56 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Simons. And stolen by Cauley Stein. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Dallas leading by 7. Now Brunson. He has 5. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Simons. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, forget about three-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Dallas shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And so he hits both. Lillard surveying the D. The tray. And another 3 for Portland.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D out.
And that'll do it. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Vigilson. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. The second quarter. Thanks for joining.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 side. And that one's good. Doncic. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Shoots over Powell. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Porzingis.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Lillard fires away from way outside, but they'll get another chance. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Now here's Lillard. 12 points for him. And the shot is good.
Well, look at that effort. I mean, look at the energy, the competitive spirit. Lillard, not to be denied.
Doncic outside. Shoots over Powell. Here's Marjanovic. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Carmelo Anthony has subbed in for McCollum. Dallas leading by 8. Redick with the 3. It's not going to go for him. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Richardson, and Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Norman Powell. Now here's Redick. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And that one, good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading the scores.
And here is Burke after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Got a piece of it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Portland making their last shot.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Trailblazers trail by 7. 1:14 left in the third.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Hardaway with it. Now Anthony defending. Here's Burke. That shot no good. Some solid defense from Lillard. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. A pass to Porzingis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
They get it back. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Kanter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Now, here's Marjanovic. He's got 10. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Stolen by Kanter. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's Dallas leading by 5. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Jalen Brunson out there with Burke. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Powell in a power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. McCollum against Brunson. And the basket by McCollum.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Brunson scanning the floor. Hardaway. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum outside. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And shooters beware. Cauley Stein is very crafty in how he rises up for the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
Sinks that one from the post. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Oh, took the contact and tried. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Now, here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 24.
Knocks down his second 3 of the half. I mean, 2 of them in the first half also. Doing some solid work from deep.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Now the dish to Nurkic. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Here's Brunson. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Here's Hardaway. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. And Lillard throws it down.
Got to admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Mavericks shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Here's Brunson. Powell trying to free himself up. Brunson, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game up.
And Doncic, here we go.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's Lillard. Plays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust. And that is reflected expected in the score.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Here's Lillard. And again, it's Portland converted.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Doncic feeling it out. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count him to make crucial shots.
Lillard misses.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Here's Doncic. It's in!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Wrong guy to put on the line in a close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Here's Doncic.
Count it! And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Here's Lillard. It counts!
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
Doncic with it. It's good!
Timeout. And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And so the timeout by Terry Stotts here. Guys, what's your take?
And they have just enough time for a catch and shoot here. It has to be an immediate shot, though. That's their only hope.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up.
I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
So it's an